Well, hello there, my YouTube people. As the title says, Building Wealth in the New Economy 2026. Why tune into me? I plan on only being on here maybe a half an hour. There's so much noise in the area. There's noise in the background here. So much noise about finances and building wealth and a millionaire. And it's like going into a rest room in a rundown gas station. You know, when you pull up at the gas station, it's run down. You go into the bathroom and all kind of stuff is on the wall. I mean, pictures and phone numbers. Call Mary at 2 a.m. for a good time and a phone number. And what used to always get to me was these people get on here with these Lambos, Bentleys, Mercedes, Jaguars. Hey, I'm living large. Send me $1,000. Send me $5,000. Send me $10,000, and I'll give you this secret. I'm like, listen, man, listen, woman. If you're already living large, just give it to me free, and on my YouTube channel, free. Yes, from $0 to $1 million. How in the world does a person get there? There's so many people telling you cryptocurrency, gold, silver, stock option, Bitcoin, day trading, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, own your own business. How do I get there as an average single mom, retail industry? How in the world do I get there? So I'm retired at 64. And my journey, very, very briefly, because I'm only going to keep it on about a half an hour because I know you're busy. 1998, I realized I can't keep going down this road. I'm wearing myself out working here. Something has to change. So a coworker came up to me and said, hey, I had $30,000 check from my job. What are you going to do with that 30? People here are getting this amount, that amount. And I said, well, I don't know, man. He said, why don't you put that in the IRA? I'm like, IRA, what? And so he explained it to me briefly. I took that check just off his word and his sincerity. He was with Charles Schwab. I went to Charles Schwab. I put it into the account that he told me to put it into. And then the next day I said, here, Richard, and I showed him the receipt. He said, you did it. I said, well, yeah, you told me to put this into an IRA. I don't want to end up like that old man over there still working. And he said, you will become rich one day. And I was kind of like, yeah, right. How am I going to be rich off of $30,000? He said, compound interest. So he began to teach me every day about finances. He had a Wall Street Journal. So at lunchtime, he would talk to me, Oriental guy. And I thought, can this really happen? Me, an average person, get to 400,000, 500,000, 800,000 a minute. Can this happen? And I've never touched that account from 1998 till today. And that 30K has doubled multiple times being in one IRA, never added any money to it. So that sparked an interest into me. And if you're watching this, you see these books I have. I'm going to go over these books. These books that I have is a part of my library. I have read over 100 books. Online, I have watched over 1,000 videos on business, real estate, finance, retirement, debt. I've been to so many seminars, people, I can't count how many I've been to. So I have a lot of knowledge. And this is my disclaimer. I cannot by law give you legal advice or financial advice. But what I can do is give you examples. Excuse me, I have a cat here. Her name is Midnight. I got to make sure she doesn't jump in front of the screen. No, Midnight. So I'm just going to give you examples. Do your own research. But listen, you could not pay me to go back to work. My employer called me in last May, told me we're going to let you go. I had a smile on my face. You know why? I went down to the SSI office, applied for my SSI, which is not a lot. Between my investments and SSI, people, I'm living a life that some people just dream about now. You could not pay me enough to go back to work. I'm on the deck of my beautiful home, beautiful backyard, beautiful wife inside, cars in the garage, all paid off, no debt, investments, which I'm about to talk to you about. And everything that I've learned, I'm going to give it to you free. You don't have to pay me, because someone sold into me years ago and had me read this Millionaire Next Door book right here. This is my copy, and it's kind of worn out. I read this book, and I said to myself, people actually think like this, invest like this, live like this. I always thought the more money you have, the more money you spend. I was on that treadmill. And I finally realized I don't have to impress anybody. So number one, let's get right to it. What is the first thing I need to do to get from $0 to $1 million? There's many ways to get there. You got to change your mindset. And some of these books here are about mindset. Some of these books are actionary things that you need to physically do. Where should you put your money? There are all kind of voices telling you what to do with your money, but you must change your mindset and stop living paycheck to paycheck. It's not what you keep, it's what you not what you earn, is what you keep, people. You've got to make up your mind today. Like I did in 1998. I'm gonna stop living from paycheck to paycheck. I'm gonna stop buying all these cars I really can't afford. I'm gonna stop buying all these designer clothes I really can't afford. I'm gonna stop flossing. I'm gonna stop flexing. I'm gonna stop trying to live large. There are some people tell you don't live below your means, expand your means. Other people tell you take your credit cards and cut them up. Let your credit score go to zero. People, that is the wrong advice. Why in the world would I stop using my credit card when I pay it off every month? Why in the world would I drive a junky, broken down car that's barely going to get me from point A to point B? People, some of the advice you guys are getting is not good advice. Why don't I let my credit score, which is 830 to 850, go down to zero? People, that's the wrong advice. A person said, I won't mention names. A high credit score means you love debt. A high credit score means you love money. People, I'm retired. I'm keeping my credit score at 850. People are throwing cash at me all the time. I'm telling them, no, I don't need to borrow money from you. This house is paid off almost. I can write a check Friday and pay it off. The balance is low. All the cars is paid off. I'm no debt. Why in the world would I get rid of my credit cards? Oh, people, some of the advice you people are getting, get out of debt first, then start building wealth. Have you lost your mind? Since the pandemic till today, my stocks have shot through the roof, people. Don't believe me? Google Dow Jones for the last year. Google the stock market for the last year, total returns. I think last year, 20%. And get out of debt, which is going to take some of you people years, then start building wealth later. People, you can do them both at the same time. Oh, don't your top priority is, once you change your mindset, is to increase your income, which is easy to do. Right here, we're going to go over some of the stuff on this list. 101 side hustles. Please leave a comment that you can do with a full-time job. I'm not going over all 101. I wish I could push them through hand them through the screen to you, but people, you just need to make more cash. You can live any lifestyle you want. You can buy anything you want. All you need is the cash to do it and not take all these loans out. One of my best investments is peer-to-peer lending. I don't have enough money today to get people to borrow from me. People love to borrow. I get paid every Friday from all the different investors who I loan money to. It's called peer-to-peer lending. I'll discuss that. So people, do not wait till you get out of debt. You got student loan debt, you got credit card debt, you got car loans and 50 other loans. It's going to take you years to get out of all that. So while you're getting out of that, which you can do, you're investing at the same time. Stop listening to some of this advice you're getting from some of these people. Oh, I'm never going to drive an old beat up car again. Maybe for a season you have to downsize from the high end car you're driving now. I understand that, but me, no, man. I look good in the Mercedes Benz. Get mad at me if you want to. I'll look great in my Mercedes Benz. One in the garage, one in the driveway, paid off. No way. I'm a car guy. Okay, back to this. I got a little sidetracked. So, number one, change your mindset. Number two, you need an emergency account. If you're married, I'll promise I'm going to stop all arguments about marriage. If your wife and husband will agree, you need 4 bank accounts. I got this from Steve Harvey. Number one, your check and his check needs to go into a joint account. Write that down. I'll watch the video again. Where all the bills are paid from that joint account. Number two, she needs her own account, call it her account or whatever. Number three, you need your own account as the husband, his account. Number four, you need a long-term savings account, 4 bank accounts. 4, no matter how much debt you get. In her account, she can do whatever she wants to with her money. It's hers to spend. Your account, you do whatever you want to. That's your, but once the money's spent, that's it. There is no more money. And the fourth one is a long-term high-yield savings account. Go to this website. Again, this is just I cannot give recommendations. I can just give you information. It's called bankrate.com. Scroll down and pick one of those banks that's paying, I think, 4%. Yes, 4% on a high yield savings, FDIC insured. Start putting money in that immediately. You need more than $1,000. I called to get my car repaired the other day for a starter, $800. You know what it was? It was the battery. But see, I had the 800 to fix it if I needed it. You need more than $1,000 in savings account, people. That is a train wreck. Minute your car breaks down, it's going to be $500 to $1,000 at the dealer. And these people never tell you what to do if you don't have the money to repair your car. Uh, that's all you got is $1,000. The car's going to take $2,000 to fix. You cut up your credit cards. You listen to, I won't mention your name, let your credit score go to zero so you can't borrow any money. People, borrowing money to build wealth is the greatest thing you can do. I'd be a fool not to borrow $100,000 at 0%. Put that in a REIT, and I'll give you the name in a little bit. Again, just for information purposes only, that pays me 14%. $100,000 I'll borrow, 0% for 18 months on this credit card, pay a 5% fee. $14,000 a year is hitting my bank account on the 15th of every month on a REIT. I'd be crazy. What do you do when the 18 months is up, 17th, 16th month? Pull the money out of that REIT, pay that credit card back off, rinse and repeat. I'd be a crazy person not to borrow money. I don't borrow money. I love borrowing money. After you are educated, these books we're going to go over in just a minute, one by one. People, you can listen to this every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the internet. And have you noticed at the end, most of these people that want you to sign up, one they said she can make you a millionaire. I'm not going to mention names in 3 to 5 years. And you call that number, she wants $295 a month for her team to help you get to $1 million. People, these books right here is going to help you. This channel right here is going to help you. I am retired. My wife's working a few more years. She's going to retire. The greatest things ever happened to me is when my boss said, "We letting you go." Thank you. I was smiling in the room with HR. He said, "Why are you smiling?" You don't know where I'm going. I'm going to get my SSI car. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to drive what I want to drive. I don't have to keep this car in the garage anymore that I couldn't drive to work because the coworkers were so jealous. Yeah, the one in the garage, the expensive one. Now I can drive it as much as I want to. I have to drive the one in the driveway. That's a 2002. I'm getting this one out that's in the garage. And that's exactly what I did. I'm free. You couldn't pay me to go back to work. Okay, back to the building wealth. So people, let's get to these books now because I'm running out of time. And like I said, you get your emergency account. You need more than $1,000 in the bank, people. You need 2, 3, 4, 5 as quick as possible. Write this down: $19.56 a week. $19.56 a week. That gives you $1,000 a year. If a husband or wife does that, if she puts $19.56 in her savings account, you put $19.56 in your savings account, that's $2,000 in 1 year. All you've done is put $19.56 into a savings a week, people. You spend that when you go to get gas and you buy a few trinkets or a hamburger and soda or whatever inside. People, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Get you a side hustle this weekend. Think Uber driver. Think of something that you can do. Go in your closet. Take that stuff to consignment. Go in the garage, under the bed. Stuff that you're not using, take it to a consignment shop. Yeah, they're going to get part of it, and they're going to give you part of it. People, you got to get your income up immediately. And stop listening to these people that tell you, you're never going to be able to retire. You already don't worry about that. You may die. They told me that in 1998. Don't put your money in that IRA. People, I put my money in the IRA. Never touched it. I put my money in a 401k. Those things have skyrocketed. I read these books, which we're about to go to. And I did the things that these people said in these books. There's one on the bottom, the last one, 8 Steps to 7 Figures. People, I read that book cover to cover. And in the back, it was people in that book sharing how they got to $1 million or more. I said, you know what? If these people can do this, I can do this. My wife brought that book home in 2002. I told her, baby, I'm going for it. What you going to do? I'm going to put some money in Exxon. Really, I feel gas and oil is going to go up in price. People, I don't have to tell you what happened. It's not a recommendation. I put my money in Exxon in 2002. About when they got to 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, I stopped putting money in. Why? It went to 5 by itself, then 6 over time, people, not get rich quick. One stock. I own many stocks, but I'm talking about Exxon. It went to 8,000, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, 19, 20, all by itself. So while I'm watching this Exxon stock go up slowly, I'm investing in other stuff too. And I'm telling people, and the shock, which I got people, is people aren't listening. They're Democrat, they're Republican, they're independent, they're wasting all this other time. And please, if you have a question about what we're discussing, please put it in the chat area. And I'm just shocked that people aren't paying attention. You're driving an old car. Yeah, that's okay, but I'm going to be retiring soon. You're not in the biggest house on the block. That's okay. That's okay. You and your wife don't take vacations all the time. Hey, I'm focused. Once you read these books I'm about to discuss, listen, man, I'm focused. I am not going to be in my 70s working full time, wearing myself out. I'm not going to be in my 80s working full time, wearing myself out. I have found something that works. It's called multiple streams of income. You do not have to work 40, 50, 60, 80 hours plus the rest of your life. If you make your mind up and set a date when you want to retire from work and make your mind up, no one's going to stop you. Okay, let's get to these books. Number one, these are my ones that I really enjoy reading. The first one, many of you have heard about, it's called The Millionaire Next Door. What a book! This book explains me right now. This house that I'm living in, people, I don't have to be in this house. I could sell this house and get something big and grand and flex. And but no, I'm happy. It's quiet. I'm on my private deck. I got my backyard with beautiful woods. I would not change my lifestyle for anything. It's not about how big the house is and how expensive the car is. People, it's about travel now. Go to anywhere I want to go, stay at any hotel I want to stay in. My beautiful wife and I go shopping. People, she just buys whatever she wants to in the store. Yes. And this book tells you not to try to be flexing like two heavyweights. I'm not going to mention names. One made 450,000 a year. The other one made 250,000 a year. How these people, I'm sorry, 250 million. One made 450 million, heavyweight champion of the world. Other one made 250 million. Live in this big, beautiful home in Atlanta where I'm at now. How do these people file bankruptcy making all this money? And this other person, I'm not going to mention names, Pirates of the Caribbean actor, Pirates of the Caribbean actor, $80 billion gross. He should not have any financial problems. He should be able to buy a rocket ship. How do you have financial problems and you've grossed $80 billion? They didn't read this book. People, please don't try to keep up with the Joneses. It's not about wowing the crowd when you walk in the room. I want to fit in with everybody else and say, hey, we're going down to XYZ. Would you like to come? I'm going on a cruise soon. I made a phone call to my beautiful daughter in California. Hey, I want you and your husband to meet me on a cruise boat. Really? All you got to do is Uber to the boat. I got everything else covered. Oh, what a great feeling. Everything else covered? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I want to get off the boat. Oh, I got that covered too. Meet me at the boat on such and such a day. That's it. I got everything covered. We go shopping, get what you want to get. And people, all this stuff that you can do, but you've got to get educated. The second book that I want to discuss now, that is a must read for you people. I'm running out of time. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. People, this is a book that you have got to get. This book, and I like what T. Harv Eckert said in the back of this book. In 15 minutes, I can predict your financial future for the rest of your life. People, go to the library and get this if you're struggling and deep in debt and you can't afford to. I read this book once a year. People, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. The first part of this book is awesome. He talks about mindset, which is so important. You've got to have the right mindset if you want to build wealth. And the second part of this book, people, when he starts to get into the wealth files and opening the wealth files, masterpiece, people. You've got to change your mindset and stop trying to wow everybody on Friday nights, how well you look. Saturday nights, you got gold teeth but no gold in your pocket. People, a must read book. And it's so sad how our system is going. You turn the news on, there's war, is this going on, and you got these takeovers, you got shooting, you got killing. What they're not telling you on the news is people are making a killing and investing. I've been investing since 1998. In the last 3 to 5 years, people, I made a killing. And I'm saying to myself, they're not even talking about this on the news. I'm at the point now, do I take some of my profits off the top or let this rocket ship keep riding, people? And I'm not exaggerating. I get statements in the mail that'll shock you. And I wonder, do I take some of my profits off the top now? I've done good since 1998. I'm happy. Or do I let this thing keep rolling? And if you ask me, I'm going to let it roll about another 5 to 8 years because people, if you're an investor, we making a killing. And I'm so sorry some of you didn't get in years ago because people, if you'd have got in 10, 15, 20 years ago, you made a killing. And I'm not about to change a thing. Second book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. People, people, people. What a book. Robert, thank you. People, only a few things I disagree with him on. Your house is not a liability only. Your house is / a liability asset. Yes, your house is a liability. You got mortgage. Even if your house is paid off, you got expenses. I've got expenses. You've got upkeep, you got insurance, but people, your house is going up in value. I paid 170 for this house. It's almost at 400,000. Is that a liability? So don't pay people any attention telling your house is only a liability. And number two, never borrow on your house. Never borrow on your house, people. You're putting your house at risk of foreclosure. What you need to do is pay your house off. If he or anybody tells you don't pay your house off, just have a mortgage 40, 50, 60 years, they're lying to you. People, you're going to have to keep working. Mortgage, two, three, four, $5,000 a month. People, how are you going to pay for that on SSI? SSI pays you between $1,500 and $2,000 a month. That's it. How you gonna pay a mortgage? Yeah, you flexing now in your 40s and 50s, but I'm talking about when you're 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you got the property taxes. People, pay that house off and don't keep flopping and buying new homes. If you have to move up a home, fine. If you don't, pay that house off ASAP. Number three, this is a good one too. The million the Millionaire Maker by Laura Langmeyer. Boy, I got this book years ago. Some of the stuff she's saying in this book is right on. Other things in this book, I wouldn't touch it if you paid me. Especially a woman in here, she had $300,000 equity in her home. Pull that equity out and start a business. Are you crazy? You're putting your house at risk at foreclosure. You don't have to pull $300,000 out of your home. I wouldn't pull 300 out of my home. But other this book, people, I highly recommend. So it's a good book to read. You just have to realize everything in these books that I'm telling you to do, don't do. Read diversity of books. Because people, you don't want to borrow on your house ever. Yes, there are people that have done it. The guy on the Shark Tank, Damon John, his mother pulled money out of her home and he became a multi-millionaire. Wonderful. But people, you never hear about the people who foreclosed on. They don't tell you that. The people who've lost everything, they don't tell you that. So yeah, people, never borrow on your primary residence. If you have rental property you want to borrow on, old junky car you want to use the title pawn on, fine. But never borrow on your primary residence, people. You need to own your own home. This one deals with mindset. Some of the actionable things she tells you to do in this book are really good. I would do. I don't know about buying a home for $40,000. I don't know what she's talking about there. But some of the actionable things she says is good. Having a wealth lifestyle, having a wealth style life. I don't forgot how she worded it. Having a wealthy lifestyle, verting a consumption lifestyle. I highly agree. But some of you have a consumption lifestyle. You need to have a wealth building lifestyle. You got to change your mindset from a consumption, consuming lifestyle to a wealth building mindset. People, you must change your mindset. Write that down. Building wealth is 80% of what you think, 20% of what you do, people. I'm doing less today to build wealth than I've ever did. I'm just going online to my brokerage accounts, watching that thing smoke. I do very little work now, but years ago, people, I worked my butt off. So people, it's mostly mindset. The work you're going to have to do is fuel these assets that we're about to talk about in a minute. Here's another one. Secrets of Millionaire Success Habits. People, Dean Graziosi. Oh, let me say this, people, on my channel. There's two lanes that you're going to have to go down. And I'm really going to mention names. I'm going to mention names right now because you need to know which lane I'm in. There's the Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, David Bach, Rick Edelman, and Michelle Singletary. These people are great. Clark Howard. They're great at what they say and what they do, people, but they're not going to get you to $1 million soon. Listen, people, get a calculator out. You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be in your 70s, 80s, and 90s. So we need to speed that up. I'm in a different lane. I'm in the Robert Kiyosaki lane, Grant Cardone lane, Sharon Lecter lane, Dean Graziosi, Tony Robinson, Robert Kiyosaki lane. That's the lane, people, that I'm in. I'm in a whole different lane. First lane, get out of debt. Don't never borrow. And the other lane, get in debt. There's good debt and bad debt. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket and drains you. Good debt puts money in your pocket and grows. So people, there's nothing wrong with debt once you are educated. Debt is like a knife. How you grab that knife? If you grab it by the handle, well, you're going to get cut. You got to grab a knife by the blade. You've seen the Steven Seagal movies. He never grabs it by the blade. So most of you that are getting burned with debt, 3 reasons why you're getting burned with debt. Number 1, you bought a liability. Liabilities drain you. They go down in value. Number 2, the payment is high. That's what's hurting you. And number 3, I forgot number 3, it's going down in value. Number 1, it's going down in value, debt. Number 2, you bought a liability. And number 3, the payment is high. That's bad debt. Good debt puts money in your pocket. Good debt goes up in value. You borrow to put money into an asset. I'm not talking about day trading and stock options and Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with that stuff, people. That's not my thing. So, people, I love good debt. The closer my wife gets to retirement, the more good debt I'm going to get. By the time my wife's in retirement, people, I'm gonna have all kind of good debt. I've been in good debt about 5 or 6 years, ever since I started listening to different people how to leverage that. You got to be educated, people. You can't just run out and get in a loan, run out and get a 0% credit card. Oh, I love credit cards. At thrift stores, I'd go get that credit card, 0% load the buggy up, throw that stuff online, pay the debt off and pocket it and go back and rinse and repeat. So I love my 0% credit cards. But people, debt is not bad. You just got bad debt, but it's nothing wrong with good debt, but you got to be in the right lane. The Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman lane, they cut up your credit cards, never borrow. Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone, and the lane that I'm in, and these people in this book, they're in. People, I use debt all the time. People, listen, you've got to change your mindset. Credit cards are not the problem. You're the problem. I see something I want, it's $300. I know next month I'm going to pay the credit card off, period. Or if it's something I want to buy, I don't touch my money. I keep my money between 10 and 20%. We'll get to that in just a second. Where am I investing? I'm going to give you some specifics just for information, not recommendations by law. Can't give you that. I don't have legal education degrees or financial education degrees. So I'm just going to give you examples of what I'm doing. My money stays between 10 and 20% year after year. And people, think about that. Starting in 1998 till today, having your money in that range. What has happened? I've told family, I've told friends, I've told people in church this. I don't give them balanced numbers. Got to use wisdom. I just told them I'm over here cleaning up. So about 7, 8 years ago, I decided, hey, I'm done talking. They're not listening. People, I made a killing. Wow. Okay. Robert Allen, multiple streams of internet income. Read this book, went on eBay, opened me an eBay account. I found a good hot item on eBay to sell. In this book, he talks about streams of hungry fish. After I read this book here, opened my eBay account, start selling items on eBay from 2008 to 2018, grossed $80,000. I don't believe you. Nothing I can do about that. I know what I did, people. And all that 80,000 that I grossed, that wasn't my net. That was my gross. I did not blow it all flexing. I didn't know. I didn't blow it all drinking. I didn't blow it all smoking, partying, acting a fool. I'm a Christian, born again. Gave my part to the church. People, I cleaned up. Now I don't make that now on eBay. Things have changed, but people from '08 to 2018, 80,000. After reading this book, he talks about that in this book. And people, I cleaned up. I put a lot of that money into assets. That's what propelled me where I am today. People, these books are a must read. If you have a comment, please let me know in the chat area in regards to any of the stuff I'm saying. The 1 Minute Millionaire by Robert G. Allen and Mark Victor Hansen. I'm almost done because I'm almost in my half hour. People, this book's a killer too, people. You got to get these books. Listen, you could do the easy thing now and the hard thing later, or the hard thing now and the easy thing later. These books, people that I'm off telling you to read, it's like just a hard thing now. You got to cut the TV off. You can't hang out. You can't clown around all the time. You got to lock yourself in the car like I did at lunch, sandwich in one hand, reading this book in the other years ago. And you're going to have to get educated. Don't expect anybody, even me, to hold your hand all the way to the yellow brick road and the pot of gold at the end of the yellow brick road. You're going to have to get educated. You got to change your mindset, change the language. You have to learn the language of wealth. And these books will help you to learn the language of wealth, people. You can do it. There's many different ways to get to $1 million. And one of the ways you're going to have to do, take advantage of that 401k on your job. You're going to have to get index funds like I did, something like the S&P 500 index fund. Go to bankrate.com and educate yourself. That's a site full of education. You have to educate yourself and get in the index fund, which is low fees. Some of you are getting killed by the fees on your 401k. Some of you don't even know what your 401k fees are. Your Roth IRA, you're gonna have to load those things up. Don't worry about it. I don't have a lot of money. And you have to go and open you a brokerage account. These are the things that you need to do to build wealth. You're gonna have to start buying assets. This book is top priority. Multiple streams of income, people. And if you notice, this book is written. I read this book, people. These books I'm telling you once a year. This book is top priority. You cannot live in the 40s and 30s and 20s. It was only one income. Then in the 70s and to 2 incomes. Now today, 2 incomes are not enough. That's why people are in so much debt. You need multiple streams of income. There's basically 4 ways to make money. Write this down if you're taking notes. Working, selling, owning, and lending. That's the trunk of the tree where all money comes from, streams. And the streams are the branches. Most people stop at the first one by working and taking on debt. Work, spend money, and worry about debt. That's what most people do. You got to learn how to make money by selling something, a product, a widget, a service, online store. You have to open up a side hustle. Like I said here, 101 side hustles. You're going to have to get a side hustle. Working, selling, owning, income producing assets, which I have a ton of now. You can make money that way by income producing assets. Real estate brings in assets, stocks, bonds, high yield savings accounts, REITs. I'm into REITs now, and other streams that bring you not this get rich quick. People don't give anybody, including me, $1,000 to tell you some secret. 5 or 10,000. I'm almost done. I'm at 30 minutes max. People, don't waste your time and your money with these gurus. This channel's free. I'm not trying to get money from you people. People, don't waste your time, please. It breaks my heart, $5,000 for somebody to give you a secret to building wealth. You're going to have to hunker down and get educated and find your pathway. Okay, the last two. If you're born again, if you're a Christian, this one is a must. Become a millionaire God's way. I don't want to be a millionaire. You don't have to be one. This will help you from A to Z. If you notice, when you go to church, give $1,000. And I think people think when they give that magic $1,000, you're going to be, woo, all this cash is going to come in. People, nobody is going to give you checks month after month in your mailbox, after church in the parking lot, in the foyer. You may get it 1 or 2 times. If you notice, people, it's not getting you where you want to be. This guy talks about leveraging your money. He talks about the stock market. He talks about real estate, home-based business, side hustle. He gives scripture all throughout this book. In church, people, it's like give a sacrificial offering and God's going to make you a multi-millionaire. People, listen, one thing about the prosperity message I agree with is, yes, God does want me to do better financially. He doesn't want me to struggle like I'm struggling now. It's back in the 1990s. He doesn't want me to work as hard as I'm working. He wants me to enjoy the things of life, a healthy body. He wants that for me. I may never get to $1 million, but I believe that. I'm not like these people. All the prosperity messages of the devil. A big house, driving a nice car, all this money in the bank and traveling. Listen, you going to hate me and my wife, man. You're not going to like me because I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm enjoying this beautiful home, about to get my car out of the driveway and drive down the street and enjoy life. I didn't throw the whole prosperity message out. Some people did. What happened? Still struggling, government assistance, paycheck to paycheck, deep in debt. Listen, I'm not living that lifestyle. I'm living Jesus has come that we may enjoy life and enjoy life more abundantly. And people, I am enjoying the abundant life, and I want you to enjoy it. So if you're a Christian or you know somebody is, get this book, Become a Millionaire God's Way. And people, you can do this thing. You can do it, but you got to buy assets. This is my #1 book, people. My wife brought this home in 2001. I was working on a job making $9.50 an hour. She married making $9.50 an hour, people. Was it easy? Difficult. She brought these 2 books home from the library. She brought this book home and she brought this book home. I read them both cover to cover. After the first 2 or 3 pages of reading this book, I put the book down and ordered my own copy because the book is worn out. I read this book probably 75 to 100 times. She brought this second book home by 2001, 8 Steps to 7 Figures. I read this book, people. I was shocked. Hey, if these people can do it, I can do it. You may never get there. I'm going to give it my best shot. In the back, he interviews about 30 different people who became millionaires, just like you and me, doing one thing, putting their money in the stock market. Long term, this is not a 5-year plan. You're not going to get there in 5 years. Some of you are not going to get there in 10 years. Some of you are not going to get there in 15 years because you're not focused. Some of you, it's going to take you a decade. I read this book and I read these people's stories in the back of this book, the testimonies, what they did right, what they did wrong, what companies they put the money in. He tells you what companies. This is where I got Exxon advice from this book. I read the back of this book. I said, you know what? I can get in the back of that book one day. You're never going to get there. I could be in the back of this book one day. I did exactly what this man did starting about 2001. And people, this book has catapulted me to the lifestyle I'm living today. And people can get, some of my coworkers may be watching this video. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you that when I was working. Now I can say it. Man, thank you, the writer of this book. Get it. Get this book. He goes through A to Z what these people did, ordinary people. How much did you put in a month? Did you ever get a windfall? What made you stay focused when the stock market crashed? What advice would you give to somebody just starting out? A single mom in here made no more than $37,000 a year. Ended up with $2 or $3 million. And he asked her pointed questions. What companies did you put the money in? How much a month? What made you stay focused all these years? How did your family and friends feel when you talk to them about building wealth? Probably the same way, excuse me, they did when I talked about them. They thought my wife and I were crazy. People, I'm so glad I didn't listen to the namesayers. I'm so glad I didn't listen to the co-workers. I'm so glad I didn't listen to people say, you may die. You may never live to be 60. I'm 64 now. I didn't listen to any of those people. I made my mind up in 1998. I'm going to live a life that I'm going to enjoy. And people, I am enjoying it. This is the book that did it for me. This book right here. Boy, this is a good book. And people, those are the books. And as I close this first one out, I didn't have a script. I just want to come give you a heart-to-heart talk and tell you you can do it. If you never get to $1 million, you will be better off. If you're 50 and under, start immediately. Don't wait till you get out of debt. Get you a brokerage account. I'm with Publix.com. It's a brokerage account. Google something like the S&P 500. You can put a minimum of $20. You can do it. I don't care how much debt you have. Get you a good index fund. And get you a few big boy blue chip companies on the side if you want to. Stay away from all this get rich quick, shiny object stuff. Get that 401k going on your job. If you can only put 4% in, 5% in, get that immediately. Get you a Roth IRA and educate yourself on REITs. REITs are great for income. On the 15th of every month, I get a check for my REITs. One is reality income. I tell you, they're paying not a recommendation, just an example of one I own. Do your own research. It's called reality income. They pay 14%. Think about that, people. If you had $100,000 in REITs, that's $14,000 hitting your bank account every year. And the second one I own is EPR properties. That's 10%. What if I had 100,000 in that? That's $10,000 hitting my bank account every year on the 15th. People, these investments are powerful. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. And listen, where are you going to be when you get into your 60s financially? Unless you change things now. I had a script I wanted to go by, people, but I just want to give you a heart-to-heart talk on this first one. I'm out of time. Unless you do what I did when I was 35 years old, working at a rent-a-car company. I saw an old man over there, and I heard 1,000 voices. That had to be God. That's going to be you. And I said, oh, God, I don't want that to be me. The young Oriental man came up to me and said, would you like to retire rich? Well, who wouldn't? I don't know what to do. The church I go to, they tell you give. And God's going to give you all this stuff back. And I know it's looking around the congregation month after month, year after year. People weren't really getting ahead like I thought they should financially and materially. Oh, it's of the devil. No, people don't have rides home. People driving junky cars. People getting divorced. People stressed out. And he gave me a small copy of this book to read. I read this book. I said, I can do this. Or if I can't get to $1 million, $500,000. And people, you can do it. Get these books that I've just told you about. People, read them cover to cover, and you're going to hear what I heard when that man was talking to me about opening that Charles Schwab IRA account. Don't touch this $30,000 deposit. Never touch it. I still haven't touched it since 1998. Can't tell you what the balance is, but people, if I told you the balance, it would shock you. And I've never put a dime in. I'll tell you now, it's over $100,000. And I've never touched it since 1998. It's way over $100,000. And people, that's one account, never touching it since 19, and it just compounded by itself. And in the meantime, people, I was reading these books and educating myself, listening to different people. Don't take the advice of any one person. Never go to a financial advisor, sit down blindly and do what he tells you to do. Get the information, get the paperwork you can from him. Go home and type this stuff in. Annuities good, are bonds good, are CDs good. Find out. You must educate yourself and learn the language of wealth. People, I've read over 100 books. That's a lot of books. Watched over 1,000 videos. There's so much going on in my mind. And people, your life will change dramatically. That's why some of you are getting scammed and burned. I'm heart to heart talking next 2 minutes and I'm done. a heart-to-heart talk to you that are listening. You're getting scammed because you're trying to get this thing quick. I know. I wasn't excited about having a 20-year wealth plan at first. Every month I put money back then. I had to put an envelope in the mail and write a check. Every month, just about, I was mad. Man, I'm never gonna get to a $2,000, $3,000. My kids kept putting money in those my brokerage accounts, my stock accounts, mutual funds. Well, I'm at $3,000 now, and I got to $5,000. How do I ever get to $10,000? I kept putting money in those brokerage accounts, those stock accounts. $1,000. Maybe what that guy said years ago was true. When I got to $50,000, it took time, people. I made sacrifices, drove older cars, didn't do a lot of shopping. Why would I ever get to $100,000? Because the guy told me, and people on these books said it too, and the seminars, get to $100,000 and watch what happens. I thought, man, will I ever get to $100,000? People are going on vacation. I got family members driving nice cars, and I'm just putting all this money in these accounts. I got to $60,000, $70,000. I was wondering, will I ever get to $100,000? Nowhere near $1 million. When I hit $100,000, exactly what they say, people, in some of these books that you get, don't take my word. Get these books, read them. Get these books, people, that I'm telling you to get. When you get to $100,000, something happens. Because if you can get your money, people, to grow at 12%, it doubles every 6 years. If you get your money to grow at 10%, it grows it doubles every 7 years. Again, the rule of 72. If you can get your money to grow at 10% about every 7 years, it doubles. So I figure if I get my money between 10%, after reading these books, I found the key. 10% minimum, 20% max. Don't try to go any higher than that, people. That's enough. And keep your money right there year after year. People, we're talking about a gold mine. And the answer is in these books right here. They give you, especially that 8 steps to 7 figures. And that's where I'm at right now, between 10 and 20%. People, I'm making a killing. Wow. And people, once I got to 100,000, I said, nothing's going to stop me. I was married to my wife. She was whipping her star with nothing. I said, baby, we had $100,000. She has her 401k going. I got my IRA going. I got my this, that going. We rolling. Next thing you know, baby, I'm at 2. When can I get to 3? Took time. 3. Listen, people, once I got to 3 and 400,000, ain't nothing stopping me now. Next thing you know, 500,000. Woo! People, listen, when can I make another 5? It's going to take about 8, 9, 10 more years to do that. Maybe sooner. That's okay. But people, this compound interest, this building wealth in a new economy is real. Don't sit on the sidelines, paralyzed with fear. About 2 minutes and I'm done because I went over time. Stop listening to all this noise out there. The stock market may crash. I want it to crash. People, if you go look at a $500,000 home and the agent says, listen, next month this house is going to be $250,000. I don't care. I'm just going to pay $500,000. You're crazy. You're going to wait next month and get the same house for $250,000. People, if you go to a Bentley lot and the Bentley's $2,000 and the dealer says, listen, come next month. My manager told me this Bentley is not going to be $2,000. It's going to be $1,000. I don't care. I'll pay $2,000. I'm balling. You're crazy. Wait a month and get the Bentley half off. That's what happens to people when the stock market crashes. Will it crash? Yes. What am I going to do? Man, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to buy low. And all on the news, people are going to be losing money that pulled money out. I'm going to buy low again like I've been doing the last 20 plus years. It's going to skyrocket right back up again. What happens when it skyrockets back up? I'm going to pull some off the top this time. I'm going to pull some off the top and put it to the side. And people, stop listening to all this noise. The stock market's going to crash. It's going to be a crash again. It's going to drop again. Who cares? And I forgot to tell you this, people, if you don't want to go with the book, you can get the audio. You can go to Amazon and get a copy of this. If I was to pick up on my car and hit CD, you'd hear this in one of my cars. I keep this in my car on CD. I've listened to this thing maybe over 50 times. I keep this in my car, listening over and over again. He goes over multiple streams of income. You don't want to have your own business the next 50 years. That's a monkey trap. Nothing wrong with owning your own business for a season, people, but you have to get people to work under you so you can pull back. My income streams are all on autopilot. I do very little now on my streams of income. Very little work between people, very little work I'm doing. But years ago, people, I worked like a dog. But I've gotten my income streams on autopilot where I don't have to be up from 6 a.m. till midnight to 1 in the morning, like I did years ago with my online business. So people, you're going to have to do the hard thing now, which is stop buying liabilities. Number one, and I'm done, and start buying assets. Limit these liabilities. And these books go over all the assets. They go over them, especially the multiple streams of income and the 8 steps to 7 figures. I'm going to leave these here as I go off the air. Thank you for spending time. I had a script, but I wanted to come with you this first time and just give you a heart-to-heart talk for somebody who's done it. Not trying to sell you anything, not trying to get $1,000 from you. I just go to the bank and get $1,000. I'm not trying to get you to sign up $50 a month and I'm going to teach you. Oh, people, you don't need all that stuff. You need some solid, sound income producing assets. Some assets are going to grow in value, like your 401k, your IRA, your Roth IRA, which you should never borrow from. Other are going to give you a stream. So it depends. Gold and silver is great, but doesn't bring any cash in. So the first thing you're going to have to do is get you an extra $300 to $500 a month coming in. I wish I could hand this through the screen and hand this to you. Maybe some kind of way I can get it to all of you precious people. Because boy, this is 101 side hustles. Get $300 to $500 coming in more. Pay your debt down. If there's 0% credit card, throw as much as you can on 0%. Don't use a credit card. Just throw all your debt on it and pay that down. Don't throw everything at that. And at the same time, put your money into your 401k at work immediately and get you a Roth IRA immediately and get you a mutual fund with a brokerage company and get like a total stock index fund. Start those things immediately, and people don't let anybody talk you out of doing this. If I was some knuckleheads years ago, I'd still be working at 64. I'm planning vacations this whole year, enjoying myself. Thank you so much for your time that you spent with me. And I pray that something that I said will encourage you. I had things written down I wanted to go over. I've got a whole lot more nuts and bolts to give you on building wealth in the new economy. I'm going to give you my personal journey and just something just to encourage you, not try to high pressure you or make you think I have some secret. No secret. Most of my money, people, I'm going to be honest, is in the stock market. And man, I'm making a killing. All them people told me not to do it. Oh, man. I cannot believe, especially gas prices, if they go to $8 to $10 a gallon, oh, my goodness. Make another killing. The higher gas goes, the more money I'm making. I'm at the point now, do I pull some of this cash off this top? Or do I let this train keep rolling down the tracks? That's my only decision I have to make. Because people, higher gas goes, the more money and others make. And people, you can do the same thing I did back in 1998. Anybody can do it. When you finish reading some of all these books, you don't have to spend thousands with a personal coach or mentor. These books will prepare you from zero to, well, how long is it going to take? And I'm done. How serious are you? The more money you put in, the quicker you get to retirement. The less money you put in, the longer it's going to take. If you don't put anything in, you're going to work to your 70s, 80s, and 90s full time. It's up to you. People, I read this book, made my mind up. I'm not getting the biggest home on the block. I'm not going to have a Bentley in the garage. Can go right now and buy a Bentley, cash. I'm not going to put a Bentley in the garage. Can go right now and buy a brand new Mercedes, cash. I'm not putting a brand new Mercedes in. I can go get a Lambo, put that in the garage. Do it. I'm not doing it. I don't want stress. I don't want anything going down in value. I want to plan a trip to Italy, Rome, France, Greece. I want to enjoy those things, people. Not a liability sitting in the garage. I pull it out. You guys go, woo! And it goes back in the garage. And I'm paying full coverage on something sitting in the garage. I'm not doing all that stuff, people. If you want to do that, that's on you, people. But I'm not doing that. Get a hold of these books. Change your mindset. Stop watching all these commercials and videos of people flexing, living large, balling, thinking, man, that's going to be me. People, you're going to be filing bankruptcy. Do I like nice things? Love nice things. But people, you get yourself overextended in a $500,000, $1, $2, $3, $5 million home on the ocean. Nothing wrong with that, people. But are you working to get that? Or are you like me, living off your assets? My assets fuel my lifestyle now, people. My SSI is not paying for all this. SSI check, oh my goodness, if you saw it, you'd be shocked. So I've got assets that fuel my lifestyle, and the same assets I have on this channel, I'm going to be discussing with you. one by one, not recommendations, just examples. How did I get to where I am now? It was hard work. I did the hard thing years ago. Now I'm doing the easy thing now. You just are tuning in. I did the hard thing years ago. I made the sacrifices years ago. People laughed at me years ago. People called me crazy, like they're going to do you. You read these books, people, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to think something's wrong with you reading these books. You're never going to get there. The people, I'm laughing at them. I'm busting up. You still going to work? What are you doing? Oh, I'm off right now. I'm just going to the park, going to the mall, going to the thrift store. After I've gone online, went to my accounts and saw my new balances, I'm telling them that. Oh, when do you plan on retiring? Ooh, never. Never? Ooh, you 75. You 80. People, please don't let that be you. Well, I'm going to end it. I've went 20 minutes overtime. I pray something that I said has sparked in you that you can go from zero to $1 million, or at least do better than what you're doing now on this, from zero to $1 million, building wealth in the new economy. You be encouraged, you get educated, and I will see you on the next video. People, we were just had a heart-to-heart talk today. On the next video, I'm going to really get down to some powerful tools that I have used over the last 25 years. You don't have to go as long as I did. You don't have to go 25 years to get to wealth. Go 15. I don't want to wait. Go 10. We're going to be discussing how to narrow it down. Don't do what I did. It took me about 25 years. It's tired. So I've been able to narrow that down. Now, if you need to build wealth in the next 5 years or get to $1 million, I can't help you. I'm sorry. You want it in 3 years? I can't help you. I'm sorry. You want it in about 10 years, husband and wife? Yeah, I have my beautiful wife with me. We probably can get you there. And we'll tell you some ways once you're educated that you can get there. One of your greatest assets is your home. That's number one. Never borrow on your home. That's a wealth building machine. But I'm getting off the air now, and I thank you for coming. Be blessed. Goodbye.